All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Carter Brown, but you already knew that because this is my channel, and this is Tyler Tompkins, all right? And we are going to talk about Star Wars Episode 8 in detail, spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, don't watch this video yet. Watch it later. But anyways, this guy I found out from YouTube because he also does this thing, and turns out he's a pretty cool guy. I was kind of concerned that he may be psychotic, but he's not. Thankfully. And anyways, Tyler, do you have anything to say for yourself, like about what you do?
Yeah, I'm just glad we both feel relieved right now.
Yes.
Like I said, we're both not.
You're not gonna rape me.
No. But yeah, I do everything this guy does. Just not quite as funny. I just do movie reviews and Blu-ray videos too. And
yeah,
be here,
he's very articulate and talks a lot faster than me.
I'll talk slow with this.
Well, no, you can just be yourself, man. Be yourself. Anyways, cue the intro.
I'm so wasted.
I'm sponsored by God.
Tyler Tompkins, tell me, what were your initial thoughts walking out of Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi?
Well, first off, there's a lot of hype surrounding this movie.
Yes.
I mean, Rian Johnson.
Yep.
You've seen Looper?
Looper and Brick.
Yeah, they're both phenomenal movies, and Rian Johnson's just a really cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have been really excited because he was aboard, and the trailers have been really good.
Yeah.
Leaving the movie, I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
There was a lot I liked, but there was a lot I didn't like either.
Yeah. You know, I didn't watch any reviews before I saw this movie. Didn't really know anything going in at all. However, I had read a few headlines where people were like, "This is a bold new direction for the Star Wars universe."
It is,
and I believe that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
However, and I walked out of the movie being like, "That was great and awesome." However, I have a few more problems than I wish that I had. All of them were in the first half of the movie. The second half of the movie, I think, is as perfect as you can possibly get. Plenty of surprises in the second half of the movie that I did not expect, and I was very happy about that. My biggest problem with Episode 7 was the fact that you could see what was going to happen, and then it happened. But Episode 8 really surprised me. But some of the surprises that came in the first half of the movie was not a big fan of.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I think a lot of people that had issues with Force Awakens, like you said, I think they will probably like this movie a little bit more just because it is.
Yeah, it's more original.
It's more original, even though there are some really bold choices.
Yeah.
Like big time. But in my head, the way I break this movie down is that it's two halves. You have Rey and Luke, and the Rey and Kylo thing, and then you have everything else going on. Like with Leia, Poe, and Finn and everything. For me personally, I liked everything with Rey and Luke on the island, and Rey and Kylo. I guess we can kind of talk about that part of the movie first.
Yeah, they really took their time with. You really got to know the characters more. You got to see where Luke was because we didn't know. I had some worries that he was just going to be like a copy of what Obi-Wan was in Episode 4, exactly. or sorry, not. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, just an old guy who's like kind of. Disillusioned, but he was like, well, maybe I should train this young Padawan. But no, he was much, he kind of was that way, but he was much more like, I don't like the Force anymore. He was much, Luke was very much like a person who has left an ideology or religion and just completely just like, I just can't stand it anymore, or just that whole kind of thing.
Which that was interesting. I did like that, and I also really liked. I think you'll agree with me on this too. Mark Hamill's like really good.
Yes,
as Luke. I actually bought him as Luke
because Skywalker. Mark Hamill, whenever he was in the originals, he was fine. Yeah. But I didn't think that he was I didn't think he was the best part of those movies as far as his performance goes. I thought his character was great, but the whole power converters, that was never my favorite aspect. His acting in those situations never up on my pluses list. But but in this movie, I thought he really was really good. He was subtle, and he was just great. And I think that's probably a testament to Rian Johnson's directing because George Lucas, from what I understand, the way he directed actors in those originals, like Harrison Ford, I think, once said when Mark Hamill first got to set, just do your own thing, kid. So, because from what I know of Lucas, and I could be totally wrong, and those experts out there will murder me, but from what I understand is Lucas wasn't really an actor's director. He's just very much like, okay, now you're going to look over here, all right, and then you're going to look over there, and then you're going to look down, and then you're going to look up, and just know, like, you've got to feel who the character is. But from what I understand, Rian Johnson is one of those guys who really is a good director, and I thought he directed a really good performance out of Mark Hamill.
Yeah, and for me personally, out of like all the the old school Star Wars people, like you had Harrison Ford from The Force Awakens, Carrie Fisher as Leia. I thought Mark Hamill was the most believable as his character. Like
yes,
it's like Leia. I still bought it, but it's still kind of like
Yeah, I mean, Leia. I mean, Carrie Fisher was fine in the movie.
Yeah,
she wasn't a standout for me.
No, not at all.
One of the things I did not like about Leia in this movie,
some awful, really awful.
This was one of the things that I really did not like about the first half of this movie. And I'm sure many of you guys will agree with me. Whenever she was blown out of the ship and just cast into space, and then suddenly, all of a sudden, this very old woman just decides that she can just force herself back to the ship magically, even though there was never any indication that she had that kind of power in the previous films. I thought it was really ridiculous and extremely corny, because I just saw like this old lady it was ridiculous. I thought.
Dude, my jaw dropped when that scene came out. I was like, are they really doing this?
Well, yeah,
I questioned. I was like, is this really Rian Johnson? Like,
yeah.
Is the whole movie going to be like this?
Well, yeah, and the thing about that scene, and I was like, you could have had some other excuse for her not to be on the bridge, so that she would be the one who survived. She could have gotten like, I don't know, maybe like something like broke in the bridge and she got hit by something. They had to take her off the bridge to safety or whatever, and everyone got blown up. That would have been better. I mean, I'm sure they could have come up with something, a little bit better than what I just said, but they certainly could have done something better than what they did, which was honestly completely ridiculous. And whenever I saw that scene, I really was like, okay, this movie's kind of losing me here.
We're getting in the prequel territory.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was like, what is happening?
Okay, so she has that part, but thankfully, it keeps going back to the Rey Luke thing on the island, which was good. Mm-hmm. And then, did you like the Rey Kylo stuff?
Yes, I did. I did.
That was good.
I thought, with them like conversating and everything, I thought that was really neat. I thought it was good. There was a good internal conflict in both of them.
Yes, yeah. And it led to a fantastic.
Yes.
Scene. Is it your favorite scene in the movie?
Yeah. Well, okay. In my opinion, first of all, every single scene that Snoke was in, he was only in like 2 scenes.
He's
right?
not in that much.
But the scenes that he was in, both of them, he was awesome.
Oh, I agree.
100%. We had like never like Snoke. He had like a scene in the first movie, but he was just like a hologram.
He looked way better.
In this. Yeah. He looked really good in this. But like I was just like, oh, what is he going to just be like just another Emperor character? But no, he was charismatic and really cool. And both scenes like awesome, just super cool. But the second scene where you see Snoke with Rey and Kylo Ren. From that scene on, the movie was a masterpiece, I thought.
Yeah.
As far as like that whole scene, I was not expecting Snoke to die.
That was bold. That was a bold decision. Good bold decision.
Yes.
It was a good bold
I was so happy when that happened. I thought Snoke was a cool character, and I would like to learn more about him. However, like when that scene happened, he just gets cut in half, and then like Kylo Ren forces he gets the lightsaber to Rey, and then it's just like this slow-mo moment where the Red Guards just converge on them, and then they just start fighting. From then on, that movie, like Episode 8 was better than Episode 7 at that point, like by far, I thought. As far as from that point on, it was just incredible.
Dude, and Kylo looks so awesome when he fights. With
the
the long hair, just like whenever he. Adam Driver's so good.
Because I think Kylo Ren, and now I don't know if this is, but I don't know if this is exactly true. But what I've always heard is that Kylo Ren is kind of what everyone. And in my opinion, he is what everyone wanted Anakin Skywalker to be in the prequels.
Yeah.
As far as not this whiny little boy who's immature, but like this really conflicted, kind of just messed up dude. He's very unstable, and who's kind of like on the edge. And
you don't
Kylo,
know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, you don't know what he's gonna do. And Kylo Ren, like he has his temper tantrum and like just destroys his helmet. I love that scene.
That was a good scene.
I love that scene where Snoke is like, take that ridiculous thing off, because you could not understand what he was saying. and then he just destroys it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Kylo Ren, personally, I think he's like probably my favorite new character of this new trilogy. Just because
he's definitely one of mine.
Yeah, he's just because he's really complex and he's crazy.
Yeah, and the only thing for me was I wish so after they defeat the Red Guards, which was awesome, whenever Rey's like, come on, let's do this.
Yeah.
When he turns again and goes back to being, exactly how he was at the beginning of the movie, I was a little upset just because I thought maybe he would kind of join sides with Rey and they would do something. But it was just kind of what he did at the beginning. It was still really good, but I was just hoping, it seemed like they were going to go for that. That's what they were building up to. Yeah. But then again, we wouldn't have got that awesome scene with Luke and Kylo at the end of the movie if he had joined forces with Rey and them. So we
were talking earlier about this is another one of the it's somewhat a negative for me. It's not like a huge negative, but it is something I didn't like. The character Rose.
Dude, for me, the biggest negative is everything that's not Rey, Kylo, and Luke. I don't like Rose at all, and I did not like what they did with Finn's character in this movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Finn kind of felt like Finn to me always. He was a fun character in the first movie.
Mm-hmm. He had a lot of. It seemed like he was more energetic and more charismatic in The Force Awakens than he was in this. He was kind of like on autopilot.
Yeah. With Finn, I always had kind of an issue with the fact that he was a stormtrooper who had been raised from birth and trained this way, but like his personality does not resemble that idea at all. Because he's just
I can buy it. I can understand.
He's just really like he's really ununiform and really structured.
You kind of ignore all of that. Just kind of go with it.
Yeah. And with him in The Force Awakens, I thought, he was fine, but like the stuff on the casino, didn't care too much. However, I liked Benicio del Toro. a lot.
You did? Okay. I thought he was okay. I just didn't really, again, that was another thing, like, I just didn't really like, hopefully he comes back.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. Because, I liked him at first, but then after he sold them, I was like, oh, so that's it? That's all we're getting?
Yeah. But, that's true. That is true that he wasn't in it a whole bunch, and I thought he was going to be a bigger
He's a cool character, though.
He was. He had like that stutter, and I thought he was really funny. I liked him a lot in that way. But
To the Planet, for me, I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
I could not stand that planet. It felt like filler. And that's where it really felt like when they were riding the greyhounds, whatever those were that were supposed to be greyhounds.
I like really tall horses.
Yeah, dude. Again, that was another moment. I was like, is this Star Wars? What am I watching here?
Yeah, it kind of felt. Have you ever watched any of the Star Wars Rebel television show?
Yeah.
I've seen a little bit of that. It kind of felt like some of the more kiddie stuff from that show.
Yeah, exactly. It's so out of place too.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. And then Rose.
Yeah.
It's funny, you and me, I think we kind of agreed before this that we liked the actress who played her sister.
Yeah.
More than the actor.
Well, yeah. The girl who played Rose, like her character, I didn't mind too much, but the way she played her character, I just didn't buy her a whole ton, and I really didn't buy. I didn't buy their like makeshift kind of romance between Finn and her.
No, yeah,
it just didn't really seem
out of place.
Like much. But and did she die at the end of this? Was she actually dead there, was she?
I hope she. I don't think she is, but and that's another thing.
Yes,
okay,
we want people to die.
Yeah, of course. But speaking of that, no, for real. When Rose saved Finn, I was kind of hoping Finn would die. Like, because I was like, well, okay, so this is bold.
Yeah, I thought, I wanted Finn. I mean, you could almost argue it's like, oh, another suicide. We've got to talk. Okay, sorry, we're going off track here, but we have to talk about that. We'll talk about Finn.
Yeah.
But that light speed thing through the giant Imperial ship, yeah, we'll talk about that after Finn. But anyways, with the Finn thing, it would have been like, yes, it would have been like a suicide thing, but it would have been a great sacrifice that he stops the cannon and saves the rebellion. I guess they already got saved by Rey, but like,
it would have been bold. You watch The Walking Dead?
I used to.
Exactly.
Yes.
This felt like modern day Walking Dead, where they were. It's like, oh, we're gonna kill this character. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Last minute.
Yeah.
So, that's I agree. I wish he would have sacrificed himself, because that would have made for a very good
it would have been
surprise.
a good ending to his character, and just that whole thing.
And also, speaking real quick on the Walking Dead thing too, one of the things that kind of bothered me, the whole Rey's parents issue, I felt like it really stretched her storyline out just a little bit. I thought we were going to learn a little bit more about her.
Yeah.
But it feels like they're kind of toying with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, see, okay, I'm perfectly ready to accept that her parents were nobody.
I hope they stay with that though.
Yeah. I hope they don't just go, well, actually.
Exactly.
That wouldn't be very cool.
Yeah, but now we can talk about the light speed.
Yes.
Because
that character, the pink-haired lady.
Laura Dern.
Yeah. She's a good actress. However, I like when she first, her first scene, I was like, I hate this woman.
See, I wasn't a huge fan. I like the parts, but I was like, Laura Dern's good, but I don't like this.
Yeah. I was like, I am uncomfortable.
Leia needs to wake up.
Yeah, and I kind of liked how Poe was just like, yeah, screw this lady. But no, when she kind of turned out to be cool there at the end.
Yeah.
And I liked her. I liked her at that point. I didn't like her being like, I know you flyboys, you're just all the same. I didn't like that stuff. But
I really liked her when she said, I'm going to stay back with the ship and...
I was like, because first I thought she was suggesting that Leia do that. I was like...
More reason they hate you.
Yeah. But no, when she did that, and I was not... When she was turning the ship towards the Imperial... I don't know what kind of Imperial ship that was. Or
I don't know the terminology.
First Order ship or whatever. Yeah. But when she was turning, I was like, what's she doing? Is she just going to fire on it? And then whenever the Imperial, the new First Order guys were like, no, and I was like, wait a second. Oh!
That's what everyone did.
Yeah, everyone was like, oh my gosh.
A lot of claps.
Oh yeah, everyone was just like, oh my god, yes. Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah. This movie did have quite a few crowd pleasing moments.
Oh yeah,
that was one of quite a few. I mean, there were quite a few times the audience clapped, but that was definitely a highlight.
Yeah.
So good.
And then with I thought what they did with Luke and Kylo Ren there at the end was brilliant.
I was so impressed with that.
Yeah, that idea. That never crossed my mind. When he showed up, I was like, you just trimmed it up just so that he could die nicely, looking beautiful or whatever.
Please the audience.
But then he comes out there, and the first thing that me and my friend noticed is that he had the lightsaber that had been destroyed, the blue lightsaber. And we were like, well, that's weird, and that's just continuity error or whatever. But then I started to notice he was not even touching Kylo Ren in that little fight that they had, and not even touching lightsabers or anything. And then he says you'll if you kill me like you killed your father, I'm paraphrasing, but you kill me like you killed your father, you'll stick with me forever. Yeah, I'll be around forever. And then he's just Kylo Ren's being his angsty just self, and he runs and he cuts him in half, and that's what you think has happened at first. I was like, he just killed Luke.
It's awful, Ryan Johnson.
And then he just starts poking him, and it's just going through him, and then it goes back to Luke on the island, and I was like, oh.
And John, I would say John Williams scored too for that moment. I was listening to.
Did he score this one?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was listening to. Actually, that song and a couple of other ones on the way up here, because that was definitely the way he mixed some of the cues in with that scene. Yeah. Whenever you saw Luke sitting on that stone, kind of floating, I was like, man, this is just perfect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that okay. like, first of all, that whole scene was awesome, and then like the rebels escaping and Rey like doing her
so
rock
good,
stuff.
I really like Rey.
Like, I really think that the second half of this movie saved the first half of this movie over. Like it just like the first half of this movie wasn't terrible, but
I was
it
just
wasn't.
nervous.
It was just I was just like, I hope there's a payoff.
Yeah.
And to me, the payoff was more than enough. It was great. But it's just like there were so many great surprises in the second half of this movie, and with Luke and everything, and like that the way he actually, I guess he just became a Force ghost. He just chose to become one with the Force. Yeah. The shot of him like actually dying or whatever.
Yeah, from behind, like in the sunset.
From the sun and everything.
So good.
That is a poster. I want that poster on my wall. I want that poster, and I want Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I want that still.
And I don't know if you follow on Twitter One Perfect Shot. They go through like every day they'll post from 3 or 4 different movies, like perfect shots from movies, and to me in my head I was like, that's gonna go on the website on the Twitter.
Yeah.
It's just because it's like perfect.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
It's executed. And then also I just remembered one other scene. I like the Captain Phasma scene, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It was
I liked it too. It was cool. It was cool. It was a good fight. Except for I wasn't a huge fan of. There were a few cheesy moments where she was like, "You'll always be scum," and then he says, "Rebel scum."
there was a couple. I didn't think the dialogue was too strong on parts. Some of the humor felt a little forced. No pun intended, but couple cheesy moments, but overall, like you said, second half is the reason I want to go back and watch the movie, which I'll probably go see it really soon.
And I'm even thinking that I think maybe the first half of the movie may grow on me. Like, I think the flaws in it won't really affect me as much the more I see it. I may be able to appreciate some more things out of the first half than I did the first time.
Because dude, you literally just saw the movie.
Yeah, I just saw the movie like 2 hours ago. So.
Yeah, I saw it like 12 hours ago, and it's still. The more I think about it, the more I like some things, but there are still some things that bother me. Like the whole planet. I just really hate that scene.
The casino planet.
Yeah, it's just I don't ever want to go back there.
But
overall, it's really solid movie.
Yeah. So those are your closing thoughts. Solid movie.
Yeah, I would say if you're a Star Wars fan, obviously, you've probably already seen it. Odds are, or you're watching.
If you're if you're a fan, like if you're just like a casual like. Well, I like Star Wars, then you're not a fan. But if you're a fan, then you better go see this. And I think anybody would like this movie, especially the second half. It's a great time.
Yeah, it's I will say it is it's kind of long, but for me it wasn't like dreadfully slow or anything on any part. But I would say for rank, like where would I put this in my ranking? I honestly have no idea. It probably falls somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest.
For me. Me personally, I really I loved Rogue One from last year.
Okay,
and Rogue One I think is probably my favorite of the newer ones.
Okay.
I think Episode 7 is a better overall movie as far as the way it works than Episode 8.
I agree.
However, I think I got more of a kick out of Episode 8 than I did Episode 7, just because of all the really the big surprises in the second half of Episode 8, and how it was it was just a different story than Episode 7 being kind of like an homage in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and if they would have just fixed a couple, if Johnson would have just fixed some things, this would have been an immensely better movie. Like, just because, like that scene again that we were talking about with the Kylo Ren, Snoke, and Rey, that's like one of my favorite Star Wars moments, period. Like in any Star Wars movie
awesome. Ever. The moments in this movie that needed to work worked.
100%.
They were
100%.
terrific.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. So odds are you'll probably like the movie. I don't think you hate it. Some people have hated it though. I've gone online and read some comments since I've seen it, and some people have really hated the bold decisions that Ryan made. Yeah. And I guess I can kind of understand some of them. I guess like with the whole, again, the casino planet, man. I hate it. It bothers me so much. But to hate it, I don't really understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as like Attack of the Clones or
No,
anything
no,
like
and I
that.
wouldn't even. It's not even bad. Like I think,
No,
like
no.
I think overall, like it really is.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. All right, well, folks, that'll do us. That'll be our spoiler review for Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Tyler, it's great having you on.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man.
Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on all social media: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Obviously, just search my name, and I should be the first one that pops up.
All right, well, that'll wrap us. So please have a wonderful week. Make sure you see Star Wars. If you haven't seen Star Wars and you're watching this video, what are you doing?
It's like a very long conversation.
Yeah, it's just
man,
long
yeah.
conversation, and you watched all of it and got it all spoiled for you.
You can't be mad.
Yeah, you can't be mad at us.
No.
If I get a hate comment for this, why did you spoil a movie? I'm going to call you a complete idiot.
I'll give it a thumbs down.
Yeah,
All thumbs down.
exactly. Anyways, to end, I'm going to end it the way I'm going to start ending a lot of my videos with, never forget to be...